What's happening? Welcome back to T-Mez TV. Down here at Englers. Stop by to say hi to Tim and see what's going on. And the guys that won the 2025 Sprint Car Championship are down here tuning their stuff, getting ready for the California swing. Why is that? Because non-wing sprint cars, there's no downforce, so you really need to have that right rear hooked up, and a lot of that is through the throttle and drivability of the car. They're just finishing off right now. Didn't want to bring the camera while they were tuning on the thing, but I thought I would turn the camera on. One of my favorite parts about Kyle's car is he's not afraid to run the Halo. Did you have to do anything different with your car for this system?
The only thing different is because it does raise you up 1 inch on the bottom.
So
we moved the butt bar forward 2.5 inches, which gave us, because the seat's going at an angle, we moved it 2.5 inches, and it gave us that
extra inch. Okay.
So the seat's at the same spot. If you run a DRC, all you have to do is lower the seat bar.
I like that. I think that's the way to go.
Honestly,
but this is the first time I've ever seen it, and the seat is not moving. That's my favorite part. Look at what I ended up with. This is the unicorn in my eyes. This was our tall cage car that got hurt at Eldora. And Tim said I could take it home and fix it. I honestly think it's straight. And out of all the spikes that I've driven, and I've driven dozens, I've driven 24 spikes. That is, hands down, my favorite, the best. I call it the unicorn because it's so good, because I think so highly of it. So I see it on his scrap trailer about to get scrapped at the scrapyard for like $20. I asked him if I could borrow an open trailer. I unload it and I loaded it up. And so we'll be fixing that at the shop. That'll give me something to work on. The boys have been busy. Check out. I don't even know what's going on here, but they got some race cars. All right, so this here is a wide body Stealth. I think it has like 10 races on it. It was Kevin Newton's car, the Honest Abe roofing car. Tim bought this car and another car, and he's wanting to sell these cars. This is a really nice car, especially if somebody's bigger. I ran one of these cars in New Zealand and had a lot of success with it. This car here was built by my crew chief, Donnie Gentry. It was raced 7 laps at the Chili Bowl. A brand new standard spike, the spike that you want, the right down to, or the right under rails. It's got the carbon body. It's got all of the Smith tie everything. Tie rear rotor, carbon everything, all of the goodies. I am down here hanging out with Tim, and I got some really good news. So I got a call from the doctor yesterday. I've been waiting. Ultimately, I ran Bloomington a month ago for Tim, and he was like, he really didn't feel like I was back, but ultimately I didn't care if I was good or not, because I really needed to make some money, you know. But at the end of the day, a head injury is a big deal, you know, and I needed to get myself back to normal. So he told me that I needed to go to the doctor, need to get an MRI, and I need to get clearance from the doctor. So after Bloomington, I called the doctor. It took me another 2 weeks to get in. I got into that doctor. It took me another week to get to the MRI. Did the MRI. It took another 2 weeks to get the MRI results. It's been ridiculous. So I got the call yesterday that my head was good, my back was good, everything was good on your boy T-Mez, and I did physical therapy last week, and it was pretty awesome, actually. So that was like the first time that I got some good information, you know, like go to the physical therapy, and we're doing like balance stuff, you know, close your eye, put your feet together, close your eyes, hands by the side, stay still for 30 seconds, you know. Then they put me on this mat. Well, the mat is like super hard to keep yourself square, which tests your balance, you know. And so man, I passed everything. And I told the guy, I was like, listen, I need you guys to, basically, I need a doctor's note saying that I'm okay. I felt like I was okay. Typically it's 2 months before you get cleared if you have a concussion. And you know, the 2 months was right about the time I hopped in the car at Bloomington, and it was still a little fuzzy, but I got cleared by the physical therapist. I'm actually still going to do a physical therapy thing tomorrow just to like learn some hand-eye exercises. I needed to sit down. Okay, so throughout this whole thing, ultimately, man, I drive race cars for a living and I live my life on the edge. And the thrill of the racing is really what keeps me going, you know? And so, man, not thrilling myself, not having the race car to jump in and drive, it really had me depressed and bummed out. You know, there was, after Bloomington, you know, like my guys that have my back the most, Tim Engler, Donnie, Chuck, man, they all thought I was messed up, and that was hard to deal with, like, because I didn't know. I was like, man, this has been 2 months, and I know that 2 months is enough to be, you know, back in the seat. Heck, half the time, nobody even checks anything. You know, I flipped at Port Royal, and the next day I was puking in between the trailer and just lied to my guys, like, oh, I think I had some bad pizza. And I mean, I still ran fourth that night. But being a race car driver, the thrill of the fans, the thrill of the car, and being at the track is a rush. And that's, you know, like I was missing that. And I didn't know if I was even going to get back into the car, you know, like after Bloomington, I was like, man, did I just KO myself so good that I'm not even mentally capable of doing this anymore, you know? And so like trying to be patient is so hard when you're impatient. You drive race cars. I drive sprint cars, you know, it's sprint races. I'm not very patient, and trying to be patient while my guys were out racing, Kyle Jones, Joby Miller, Carter Sarf, man, that was just hard to watch. And Tim, you know, he left my name on the car, which gave me hope that, you know, this isn't done. You know, like I'm not done, but, you know, I'm kind of done for the year. Because that's what, you know, and then the other thing is like not seeing like when I was actually going to be, not knowing when I was actually going to get in the car just had me in limbo. So it's been tough. It's been a tough year, and I you know, hard to, you know, I can't make any content when I drive race cars, and my whole channel is a racing channel, you know. And so then I got some footage. I went to SmackDown and I took a bunch of good footage in the on-wing races, and Reinbold let me like get some really good close-ups on his car, but I didn't give a shit about posting that. Like, why do I care about posting that? I'm T-Mez, I drive race cars. I'm up on the wheel, slide or die, full send. That's what I love to do, okay? That's why I race midgets. Like, midgets are the most out of control, hammer down, up on the wheel you could possibly be. And, you know, and I love it. And that's the life that I want to live. And so you take, you know, all that out, and I've just been like, have a positive attitude. And, you know, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching T-Mez TV. You know, if you want to support the channel, go check out shoptmez.com. Get you a shirt. I got a bunch of new shirts, literally brand new shirts, and I get fired out of the 01 car. And then I get brand new shirts for the one car, the 410 ride, Brian Sumby's car, and for Knoxville. And, you know, then I get hurt, and like I go to Knoxville and my head was not right, and I was not gonna put myself through. Why go to Knoxville with a car that's capable of making the show and be not at your best? That doesn't even make any sense. First time at the Nationals, I want to do a good job, you know, and so it wasn't fair to Brian to not be on my A game. And so I opted not to run the thing, you know. But when I was growing up, I was racing with Kevin Doty. We were at McCool Junction. I'm running like fifth in a heat race, following a guy, and Kevin bombs it in, clears me, hits this guy, turns him sideways. The thing does this, and he launches. and he launches the thing out of the park and goes for a big ride. Well, the next week, he flipped the car out of the park at Sun Prairie and he got himself killed. And they said, you know, he shouldn't have been in the car yet. He needed some time off. And so that's always stuck with me, you know? So I'm at Knoxville. I got this opportunity to go race at Knoxville, and I'm just like, man, my head was too messed up to do it. I'm not here to kill myself in front of all my fans or my family or my friends, you know? But then I've really been feeling okay lately, but I'm glad that I took the time off. I mean, this thing, you know, can kill you, and I'm very blessed that I get an opportunity to do it. And I know the risk is you know, extreme. You know, when I'm doing paperwork, going to doctor's appointments and stuff, and I tell them I drive race cars, they're like, "Oh man, isn't that dangerous?" It's like, "Yep." "Oh, are those cars dangerous?" Like, "Yeah, actually the most dangerous you could possibly drive," you know? And they're like, "That's crazy," you know? And I'm like, "Yes, but I love it. I love it. I'm so in. Like, I'm all in on driving race cars and being rowdy and trying to tame the beast." That's my favorite part about it. Little old Thomas Meserol, 5'5", 160-pound Thomas Meserol, taming the beast, because these things are beast and they might kill me one day, and I'm okay with that. Like, I don't want to get killed in the race car, but I have all the things that I've ever dreamed of as a kid, you know? I'm racing cars, I got the YouTube channel, I'm traveling the country, I'm traveling to Australia, England, New Zealand. I am racing cars for a living. It doesn't get any better than that, you know? So it's been a tough year to sit back and watch everybody go racing, watch the cars, watch my guys. Like, it doesn't even have my name on it. It's got Jones's name and Sarf, and so I came down here to Tim's to hang out. And, you know, just hang out with my friends. Tim's about a 2-hour drive. A lot of people think I work down here. I don't. I drive for Tim, and I love to come down here and hang out. These guys build amazing parts, and it's so cool to come down here and, you know, see what they're doing. They got 3 tractor pulling tractors next door. You know, so I spent some time hanging out with Tim. I got some other news that's really big too. We have been R&Ding this Ford EA Stealth built by Englers for the last 1.5 2 years, maybe 3 years. And the Ford is finally ready to be sold. If anybody is interested in picking up a Ford midget motor, the boss is ready to part way with these 2 motors right here. Midget motors are hard to come by, and we got bullets over here that are capable of winning races. And I think this one here has 5 nights on it since it was fresh, and this one has 3 nights on it since it was fresh. And what does that mean? That means if you are interested in going fast in midgets, if you want to go race in the Chili Bowl, man, you almost can't even find these midget motors. They're so hard to get. Well, we got 3, maybe even 4 EA Stealth midget motors down here that we would be willing to sell. Tim's a little picky on who he sells these motors to because he wants to make sure that they don't get out into the wrong hands. But that doesn't mean they're not for you. So you guys looking for a midget motor, give Tim Englers a call or go check them out on their website. And I really just want to thank Tim Englers and Donnie and Chuck and everybody that supports me. Brian Sumby, Don Whitney, all my guys have been so patient, waiting for your boy to get ready to go racing. And I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys. It's about time to head back home. I got myself a unicorn, which means I got myself a spike that the back got hurt down at Eldora, that car that got killed at Eldora. Ultimately, it knocked the rear rack out of the car, bent the rear down tube. It bent some stuff up, but I'm gonna fix it and make my fab table something I could fix midgets with. is the plan. It's all about making fixtures and building stuff. That's one of the reasons I came down here to talk to Tim, check out some machinery, and see what he had going on. He had Kyle Cummins down here tuning their 2025 USAC National Sprint Car Championship car. They were the winning car for the season. They're not even done. They're so far out in points, they're not even done. But they're getting ready to go out west. And when you go out west, you got to run mufflers, okay? And if you don't run mufflers all the time, you need to tune your car with mufflers. He was down here getting his stuff tuned in so that it rips on starts. And they found some power. Got to talk to Kyle for a while, and it was always a lot of fun talking to Kyle. He had the new seat system where it's like the polyurethane bushings, so that was really cool. And always cool to see an Avani car down here. I was the first Avani driver for Jerry Petty, who owns the Avani doors and windows. So pretty cool to see the boys down here. Hey, thank you so much for watching T-Mez TV. Really can't thank you enough. I got to drive home. I'm out.